everyone, welcome to S2G Class online teaching platform. Please subscribe S2G Class in YouTube channel and also press the bell icon to get all the upcoming videos. In this video we'll study about structures. This video covers definition of structure, type defined structure, accessing structure members, structure initialization, array of structures, structure within structure. So now let us consider a student. Now I want to know a student information. So the attributes are the parameters to know the student information are name of the student, roll number of the student, in which standard she is studying, and attendance of the student. Here you can see all these attributes or the parameters are logically related to student information. If I take a salary, if I take an attribute salary, that is not related to student information. If I take staff information, I can add salary attribute. But here to know the student information, salary is not a related attribute. So here we have to take a logically related attributes. And here you can see all these attributes are of different data types. Here name is character data type, roll number is integer data type, standard is again integer data type, attendance is floating point data type. So the structure is, the definition for the structure is collection of logically related data items of different data types. Now we will take another example. Now I want to know age of this girl. Okay, so to know the age of this girl, I need some attributes or the parameters. So those are date, month and year. So here date is of integer data type, month is character data type, year is again an integer data type. So a structure is logically related data items, collection of logically related data items of different data types. So now we will see the structure definition. Yes, a collection of logically related data items of different data types. So this structure is packaging data of different data types. So now we will see some examples. Here I have taken a student. So the attributes are name, roll number, course, marks, and here also you can add related data items for student to know the student information. And if I take another example, book. So the parameters which are related to book are author of the book, title of the book, price of the book, year of the book, and if you want add edition, so you can add any related data items for this book. Next I have taken city. So here name, country, population, these are the attributes. So you can add any number of attributes that should be related to this city. So like that I can take any different examples. Okay, so now we will see general format of structure or syntax of structure. So here it is. So here I have taken to write the syntax of the structure. First there should be a keyword struct. Okay, there should be a struct keyword initially and then tag name. So inside that we can have n number of members of different data types. Okay, we can have any number of members of different data types. And here you can see a semicolon after the closing bracket. So the semicolon tells that this will tells the compiler that this is the end of the declaration. Okay, so now we will see one example. So here I have taken a struct, that is keyword. When we are going to write a syntax or when we are going to use structure in our program, there should be initially we have to write a keyword struct, then student record. So when we write a struct and a tag name, so this tag name will be considered as data type. Okay, so inside that I have taken a members. So here members are roll number, name, course, fees, and these members are of different data types. Roll number is of integer data type, name is of character data type, course is of character data type, and fees is of float data type. And at the end, after closing bracket, there should be a semicolon. So here I have taken another example, book. So we just come to know which are the attributes of book, title, author, price, year. So like that we can add anything, and here you can see this book. Now it is a data type because after writing after the struct we consider this as data type, and here inside the bracket we have n number of members. So here title is of char data type, author is of char data type, number of pages is of int data type, price, that is the price of the book, is float data type, year of publication, that is integer data type. So after that, closing the bracket, we have to put semicolon. So this is how we are going to use structure in our program. Okay. Next. So next we will see type defined structures. So in structures we are having two types. One is tagged structure. So what we discussed just now was tagged structure, and now we will see type defined structure. Okay. So the keyword for this type defined structure is type def. So this is used to define a structure, and then there is a type name. So that will act as an alias name for the structure. Okay, and using the type name we can declare structure variables. So now we will see. So this is the syntax. So here you can see I have used type def. So after that struct keyword, and then tag name structure underscore name. Okay, so when I use type def, I can add an alias name for this structure underscore name. So here you can see inside this we are having n number of members of different data types, and after the closing bracket there is a type name. So this type name is alias name for this type def. Okay, so as I told, using type name we can declare structure variables. Using the type name we can declare structure variables. So here type underscore name, variable 1, variable 2, like that a number of variables we can add. Okay, so this is the general format or syntax for type defined structure. Now we will see one example for that. So here I have taken type def. Okay, so then keyword struct, after that tag name student underscore record. Okay, so here after that inside the bracket I have taken members. Okay, roll number, name, course, fees of different data types, and after closing the bracket I have taken a type name. Okay, so here I have taken a type name, and this will be an alias name for student underscore record. So whenever you want to use student underscore record, you can also use an alias name of that is student. Okay, so and I also told you using the type name we can declare a structure variables. Okay, using the type name we can declare a structure variable. So here the type name is student. So now student is one data type. Okay, which is an alias name for student underscore record. I told you that whatever you write after struct as a tag name, that will be treated as data type. So here a data type student underscore record is having an alias name, that is student. So using the student we can declare structure variables. So here student, student 1, student 2, so on we can write. So those are structure variables. Okay, so here student is a data type. So this is how we are using type defined structures. So next is accessing structure members. So to access the structure members we need to use one operator, that is dot operator. So this operator is also called as member operator, dot operator or period operator. So the link between a member and a variable is established using this dot operator. Okay, so now we will see one example. So here I have taken an example of book, that is struct book. Okay, so inside that I have taken some members, title, author, number of pages, price and year of publication, which are these members are of different data types. Okay, so then closing the bracket, semicolon. Now I want to access the members of this structure book. Okay, so here you can see I have taken a keyword struct and then book. So here book is a data type, and here book 1 is structure variable. Okay, so now I want to access the members which are there in book 1, the values assigned to those members. So first we are having title. First we have to access title, and then we are having author. We have to access author of the book, and then number of pages. So number of pages in book 1. Then year of price, that is price of the book 1. If we want, we can also access the year of publication, but here I have not accessed the year of publication. Okay, so now how to access? So first I have to access title of book 1. So to access a title or author which are of char data type, I need strcpy. So to access the structure members which are of char data type, I will use strcpy, that is string copy. Okay. Then if we want to access integer or floating point values, we no need to have anything. We can directly access that. Okay, here you can see strcpy book 1 dot. So that is the dot operator or the member operator. And what I want to access, which member I want to access, I have to write there. Okay, I have to mention there. That is, I want to access title, comma, COBOL. Okay, so the book 1 is, title of the book 1 is COBOL. So here you can see I have represented this COBOL in double quotes. Why? Because we are going to represent string with double quotes. Right. Then again the second member is author. So author is also of character data type. So I have used strcpy of book 1, that is the book 1 author of the book 1. So for that I have used a dot operator, that is book 1 dot author, comma, the value. So what is the value? M.K. Roy. The author of book 1 is M.K. Roy. So here this is also a string, that is why I have represented it with double quotes. Okay, then next is number of pages. So book 1 dot pages is equals to 350. Okay, the number of pages, the value will be displayed. And then again the next one is price. Book 1 dot price is equals to 140.50. Okay, so to access the structure members, the operator is dot operator. We need to use dot operator to access the structure members. So next we will move on. Next is structure initialization. How to initialize structure? So here I have taken one example. You know that there will be hash include stdio.h at the beginning. So after that, in the main function, inside the main function, I have written a structure, that is struct st underscore record. Tag name is st underscore record. So inside that, int roll number. So here I have taken only two members, roll number and name. Okay. So now the roll number is of integer data type, name is of character data type, and bracket close, semicolon. So now I am initializing the values. So here you can see struct st underscore record. So here student 1 is variable, that is structure variable. Here you can see after struct I have taken st underscore record. If I use type def in this, that is type def struct st underscore record, and here I have to give some alias name for st underscore record, that is like stud or student. If I given an alias name, I can use here. But here in this example I have not used type def and I have not given any alias name. Okay, so that is why I have directly taken st underscore record. If this st underscore record data type is having any alias name, I would have taken that. Okay, next is, so here you can see struct st underscore record student 1 is equals to. So inside the bracket I have to write the values. So here how many members I have taken? 2 members, roll number and name. Roll number is of integer data type, name is of character data type. So for roll number is I have giving value 10 comma name. So name is I have given Asha. So here you can see I have given a name Asha with the double quotes. Why? Because this is a string. So whenever we are giving a string values, we have to represent string with double quotes. And another example is struct st underscore record student 2, a second variable. Okay, second structure variable. So for this second structure variable, I am giving a value 73, that is the roll number, comma Usha. So I have represented Usha with double quotes. So this Usha is of character type. Okay. So this is how we are going to initialize structure. So like this you can initialize n numbers like struct st underscore record student 3 is equals to, so inside the bracket some 34 comma. So here with the double quotes you can add your name. Okay, so that this is how we are initializing structures. Next we will move on. Array of structures. So we know that array is collection of different data items, right? So which are of same data type. But here we are using array of structures. So now we will see how to write a syntax for array of structures. So here you can see I have taken a keyword struct and then tag name. So inside that n number of members with of different data types. You can include n number of members. And then closing the bracket, semicolon, and here you have taken a struct with the tag name and a structure variable inside that size, that is array size. Okay, so this is the syntax for array of structure. So here you have to take a struct and the same tag name and structure variable and then size of the array. We will see one example. Here I have taken student record. Okay. So now when we use a struct and then student record, it will be acting as a data type, and inside that I have taken n number of members of different data types and bracket close, semicolon. So here I have taken struct student record, student underscore record, and a structure variable. Here stud is a structure variable. So inside that you have written the size of the array, that is 100. Okay, so this is a syntax for array of structure and this is an example for array of structure. Okay, so next we'll move on. Structure within structure. So this is also called as nested structure, that is a structure declaration can be placed inside another structure. Okay, so this is also known as nesting of structure or nested structure. So in a for loop, before that conditional branching statement you have studied if else, right? So there you studied nested if else. So like that this is a nested structure, that is structure within a structure. So this, when we use this structure within a structure or nested structure is when we are going to create a complex records. Okay, so now you will see there are two methods to declare a structure. So one is embedded structure declaration, another one is two separate structure declaration. Okay, so first we will see embedded structure declaration. So here I have taken first struct and then student, then open braces. So here I have taken a member 1, that is name of char data type with the array size 30, and then I have taken another structure, that is average. Okay, this is the first structure and within that structure I have taken another structure, that is average. So inside that flower braces I have taken some 3 different variables, sub1, sub2, sub3, which are of integer data type, and then I have taken another variable average, that is of float data type, and then bracket close average 1 semicolon. So this is the structure variable. Okay, so this average 1 is the structure variable. So this is the embedded structure, that is a structure within another structure. Here you can see we are having two structures, structure student and struct average. So inside the struct student we are having struct average. Okay. So now we will see, and this is the closing braces for struct student. Okay. And next we will see two structure declaration. So here I have taken for the first structure is average struct AVG, that is average, and then opening the braces. Here I have taken three variables sub1, sub2, sub3 of integer data type, and I have taken another variable average of float data type, and then closing the braces average 1 semicolon. So average 1 is structure variable. Okay, variable of this structure. So here I have taken another structure student, struct student. So inside that I have taken a member 1 name of char data type, and then here you can see I have taken a variable of this structure, that is average 1 is the variable of this structure. So I have just taken here struct AVG, that is the tag name, and AVG1 is the structure variable. Okay, then closing the braces semicolon. So this is called as two structure declaration. So in this type of structure declaration you are just including the variable of another structure. In this two structure declaration you are not nesting anything, that is here you are not nested that is a structure within a structure, but here you have just taken a variable of another structure. Okay, so this is two structure declaration. And here I have taken struct student stud1. So this struct student stud1 is a variable of this student structure. Stud1 is the structure variable of this student. Okay, so this is how we will declare a two structure declaration. Thank you.